How's it going, guys? GangstaPranksta back with a brand new episode of Gangsta Plays. Welcome back to episode 262, but before we get into today's episode, which is going to be a good one, hope you guys enjoyed the last episode, episode 261, where we played Battlefield Hardline, a forgotten Battlefield game in the franchise. I still stand by the concept, Cops and Robbers. I'd like to see it redone, whether it's Battlefield or another company. Probably another company. Today, episode 262, we are playing a... I don't know if controversial is the right word. Meme. It's definitely a big meme-y game. We're playing the extremely memed on PS4 launch title, Knack. Or as some people like to say, it's Knack, baby! For those of you who get the reference, shout out to you. But yeah, we're playing Knack, which, like I said, was a PS4 launch title. And this game got shit on by fans of like, well, the console wars, because when the PS4, well, just when any new console is launched, right, you want to play next-gen games. And you look at a game like Knack, and it's not really a next-gen game. You know, this could easily be a PS3 game. So when you're wanting to buy a PS4, and this is one of the games that they're offering to buy on launch, you know, some people would say that's not their best foot forward. But my counter argument to that, I kind of want to play it on hard just to see how fucking... Let's play it on hard. I want to see how hard this fucking game is, how difficult it is. This child's game, it's going to be so difficult. It's going to be like Dark Souls. I'll finish my thought after this, because, you know, I really want to learn about Knack and see why it does get so much hate. Actually, it just looks like an action scene. So, the PS4, yeah, next-gen title, you see Knack, and you're like, that's not a next-gen game. So a lot of people memed on it, and then when it came out, you know, it got average reviews, from what I believe. Like, it was nothing incredible, but, you know, it was nothing awful. But on the internet community, the gaming internet community, this game got absolutely shit on. I see both sides of the argument. I see that this is not the best launch title for your next-gen console. And I see the other side of the argument, where there's going to be all walks of life buying the console. And what I mean by that, there's going to be young kids, there's going to be adults, and older people. And you got to have a game for each age demographic, so that's what this game was. Okay, we'll talk more about that after this.
Seems the goblins there have progressed from being a minor nuisance to somehow being able to take down a highly fortified outpost. Thank you all for coming on such short notice. And Doctor, thank you for hosting this gathering.
Dr. Vargas.
How did these goblins progress in such a short time from bows and arrows to tanks and guns? Where are they based? And how can we remove the threat they pose? We must immediately mount an expedition to discover whatever we can. Do we have any volunteers?
The Crags, huh? That's deep in Goblin country.
Famous explorer.
I can get you all in. I'm less sure I can get you all out again.
Victor.
He's a billionaire. This is our Tony Stark. And yes, that is an Iron Man suit behind him.
While human strength is, of course, desirable,
too many characters, I already forgot their names.
Powerful to take on those goblin weapons. The high-tech armaments of these robots should prove invaluable.
I haven't noticed, everyone's got very fancy buttons.
Any other volunteers?
All these green buttons on their jackets and shit, like, some very fancy buttons.
Well then, it seems Ryder and Victor will be our expeditionary force. Yes, Doctor?
Before any final decision is made, I would like to show you all a little something I've been working on. Come.
It's gonna be Knack.
Uncle!
Hey, how you been?
Good. The doctor keeps me busy, though. Huh? I gotta go set up. I'll see you later.
Why'd you even come, then? What a little douche. Why even come? Obviously busy. You just wave.
Again.
Damn, I'm kind of excited. There he is.
Just go slow, little buddy. You'll be fine.
And then everyone laughs at him. They point and laugh and they say, "That's Knack?"
What
the fuck was that?
Is my ultimate creation.
What was that dash maneuver he was just doing? Oh, he hit me. Oh, I can hit through the... Okay. I thought he had to stop. Oh, look at me on the cameras. The left and the right. Damn, I fucking died playing Knack. Holy shit. Alright, this is gonna be like Dark Souls. I kid. I just didn't know I can hit through the spikes. I punched this guy. Oh, that's pretty long range for a little punch there, buddy. Okay, so that is a dash. Okay, he's got a hell of a range. Wait, you can't... The dash left and right is big, but the front and backwards is nothing. I guess that's a checkpoint.
As you all know, the foundation of our society is these relics.
Is Lego blocks.
Of some unknown civilization that power our machines and make our way of life possible.
So yeah, anyways, back to the whole thing. You know, they need games for every age demographic, and of course this is gonna be the kids game. This is their big kids game that they put out for parents to buy. I don't even remember what the PS4 launch titles were besides Knack. But I know Knack was the one that got talked about the most for reasons. Some of them might be good, some of them might be bad. There was nothing good said about Knack. But the game was successful enough, it got a sequel. So, fuck all you people making fun of Knack. He's out here, he's successful. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Knack 3 on PS5.
We excavate
Or, you know,
deep underground.
I was gonna say, I'd like a Knack HD remake combo pack for the PS5. I want to see all this Knack goodness in a PS5. One thing I do not like, you cannot control the camera. It's fucking me up. Cause like it plays like a Crash Bandicoot game. Oh god. But Crash, you can move the camera a little bit. I do like the cameras that I can watch myself. That is awesome. Next time there's a cutscene, I'll look up the PS4 launch titles to see what Knack had to compete with. I think Killzone? Whatever the Killzone, I think it was called Shadow something. Other than that, probably Call of Duty, probably Battlefield, probably an Assassin's Creed. But I'm trying to think of like first-party titles. Oh, Infamous, I think. Infamous Second Son, I think was the launch title.
Living, thinking, breathing creature.
So Infamous, I think Killzone, Knack. There's probably got to be one more. Like I said, we'll check it out when there is a cutscene. But I feel like I'm gonna like enjoy this game. I'm already going into it with, I don't want to say high expectations, but I don't think it's gonna be the shitty meme that everyone says it's gonna be, or everyone makes it out to be. It's just everyone like, well, I died again. This is everyone kind of, you know, being a little memester, and, you know, it's popular to hate things, and this was just one of those things at the time. But, you know, what's funny is when PS5 got announced, there was this game called Bugsnax, which kind of had the same visual look as Knack, I would say. No one really shit on that. Like, there was a little bit of shitting on Bugsnax, but then when it came out, I think it was pretty positive reviews. I remember watching some stuff about it. I actually do want to play it. When I get a PS5, I'm definitely getting Bugsnax. Because even though it's got like a kiddie exterior, it's pretty fucking dark. Actually, I think it's on the Epic Games Store, but I don't want to buy anything on the Epic Games Store. I'll just wait for PS5. But yeah, Bug Snacks came out. It didn't really get memed on too much, but it was kind of like, it's got a dumb name. You look at it, you're like, oh wow, it's a kid's game. And it didn't get as much hate as Knack. Which I feel like, just based on visual, it deserves the same amount of hate. Because they're both... Because you look at Bug Snacks and you're like, that is definitely not a next-gen game. That's not a PS5 title.
Knack, shrink down and go.
When you think PS5 and you think all the fucking cool shit that you can do, that you've heard, that this console's capable of, and then you see Bug Snacks, you probably freak the fuck out. So, yeah, I don't know, but you know what? I have high hopes for our buddy Knack here. I don't think I'm gonna get disappointed.
Knack can power up by absorbing the
I'm
energy
already
contained
enjoying. I think
within
this might be my game of the year. This might be my 2021
Once
game of the year.
he can release the power of the Sunstone's explosive.
Maybe I won't go that
as
far,
a
but
massive shockwave.
I don't think it'd be terrible. Actually, speaking of terrible,
Use the shockwave to take out
I've
those
been
robot
playing
shields.
Agents of Mayhem. I talked about it. Fuck, I don't know
As
where.
you can see,
It might have been. I was
the
playing
shockwave
Uncharted
can
2,
destroy
recording a lot
multiple
there.
targets at
I don't
once.
think I talked about it in Battlefield. No, I did, because yeah, I was talking about G.I. Joe, and that kind of was the catalyst for me downloading Agents of Mayhem. That grenade really blew me up. But yeah, I've been playing Agents of Mayhem, and dude, those grenades are fucking killer. Yeah, Agents of Mayhem is a fucking dog shit game. Wow, the fucking radius on this thing. Yeah, Agents of Mayhem is such a dog shit game. My god, is it so fucking boring and just repetitive as all hell. Fucking ridiculous. I don't know how this is the same company that fucking made Saints Row. Saints Row 3, a game that I really, really like. They made Agents of Mayhem, and I don't know what the fuck they did, but holy shit, it is so boring, it's so buggy, it's... Ugh.
Power up again using the Sunstone.
Do not enjoy anything about it. I'm just gonna finish the game because I'm almost done it.
Himself into a storm of relics.
But other than that, I would not play this fucking game. Circle and... I'm a tornado! Yeah, Agents of Mayhem, shitty fucking game.
Show them what your storm attack can do to those enemies.
Which is weird, because like, when I played... Well, I guess, I was gonna say, when I played it for Gangsta Plays, I enjoyed what I played, but...
Knack is able to use the energy contained within the Sunstones.
I only played it for like an hour, you know. Once you play the game for a couple hours, then you kind of see the repetition and stuff. Oh my god, the amount of fucking layers that you have to go into, and they're all the same. Wow, that was a strong breeze there. They're all the same, they're similar layouts, you have all these fucking enemies that don't die. It's... oh my god, it's just... I dread going back into a fucking lair. It's not fun at all. I don't know how they made the game so fucking repetitive. Blows in my mind. But yeah. That's, I've been playing that a little bit, almost done that. I don't think the ending's really gonna change my mind and be like, you know what, this is actually a pretty good game. I think it's still gonna be dog shit. But, also been recording a lot of Uncharted too, so. I actually uploaded the first episode today, when I'm recording this. So.
You call it Knack, is that right?
Check that out if you have not already. Oh my god, he can talk?
Impressive. He seems a little delicate to me. When we go after the goblins, we'll face challenges far deadlier than those slow-moving buckets of
I wish they had a cooler name for the goblins.
Like, Victor?
Well, I brought
not
a few
goblins.
of my security robots.
Just make up a
with me.
fucking name.
If Knack can get by those, then I'll grant he has a place in the expedition.
I will destroy those bots. Fake. Wow.
Can do.
Knack is a bully.
Let's take this to the garden. There's a bit more room.
Yeah, I like baby Knack. I don't like this adult Knack. He's an asshole. What was I saying?
So,
Yeah, so I've been recording a lot of Uncharted, uploaded episode
We'll see now.
7, but that was my return to Uncharted, so go check that out. I won't talk about that. We'll talk about Uncharted. I'll let my commentary in the Uncharted dictate how I feel, but that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about Uncharted. That might be good, that might be bad. You gotta check out the video. See what I have to say about that. Uncharted is one of my favorite game series, so does the 4th one live up to the hype? Gotta check out the video. But yeah, I'm almost done with that. Uploaded the first video.
Can also blast distant targets with a
Almost done with
barrage
Agents
of
of
rockets.
Mayhem. Haven't gone back to blasting a little OP. Haven't gone back to Battlefield Hardline yet.
This blast attack is even
Don't know if I'm
capable of
going. I
striking
probably
multiple
will.
targets
I
at
just want
once.
to finish up Agents of Mayhem, and then go to Avengers. I guess I combine the two, and we got ourselves a little secret here. It's a ruby. Got a trophy. You found a hidden item. You can also choose the same type of item as one of your friends found here. What friends? Oh, this is... Okay, this is like the online type of stuff. Okay, it's good to see I have some of my friends list that also played this game. What am I doing? Why can't I leave this? Crystal Relics. By collecting Crystal Relics, you'll be able to replay the game using various versions of Knack with special powers. Wow, look at this, guys. This game has fucking replayability. You can replay and have special powers. How can anyone shit on this game? I don't know. Super move. We have Shockwave, Storm, and Blast. We'll try out Shockwave. No, I tried all of them already. Forgot about Shockwave. It was the first one that we got. But yeah, Agents of Mayhem is what I'm kind of playing on the side right now. Uncharted playing for video. I want to do Avengers after that, and then the next, I don't know what I'll play on my free time. I'll find something. Maybe it'll be Knack. I can definitely see myself playing this off camera and finishing this off. It seems like a short game. Like, it doesn't seem like it's too... Holy shit, my guy! What a bat! What is that bat made of? Made of anti-Knack. That's what it's made out of. But yeah, other than that, gaming, not too much. Still furloughed. Still living the furloughed life. Finally got paid by the government. That was nice. I've been kind of moneyless for like the past month. I got a paycheck the week after I got furloughed, and then I finally got my first paycheck from the government. It was nice. It was a little less than what I make every 2 weeks, but it's better than nothing. So that was cool. And then other than that, I've been reading a lot this week. Actually, I watched one thing. The recommendation that I got, someone recommended. I'll mention it. Let's just check this out for a second. Secret detector parts. That's so cool. Your collection. Gadgets. If you collect all required parts, Knack can construct and use special gadgets. This seems like an easy platinum, too. These trophies are just flying at me. Plus, I'm playing on hard. So, like, I'll get the easy, hard, and normal trophy all at once when I beat the game, eh? These are the tricks of the trophy hunting life that I used to live. There's only one game that I played on hard to get the trophy. It was Terminator Salvation. That game fucking sucked. But it was the easiest platinum. If you want an easy platinum, you never got a platinum trophy, you really want one, play Terminator Salvation, the hardest difficulty. All you literally have to do is beat the game, and you get the platinum trophy. And every trophy to get to that, like each chapter, is a gold trophy. There's 12 in total.
Next.
Or 13. I think it's 12 chapters, and then the 13th trophy is the platinum. So there's a little trophy tip for you. I don't know how you'll be able to find the game, but if you can, go check it out. What was I saying? Good hit there. What was I saying before this? I'm trying to think. Oh, I've been reading. Oh, yeah, okay, so, a viewer named A Face for a Skull, he's like, hey, I recommend that you watch... Because I asked for recommendations. Was that the biggest fucking mistake? He's like, yo, you gotta watch Justice League. And I'm like, I don't really want to. Like, if I wanted to watch it, I probably would have watched it by now. The only thing that was turning me off from it was the time. 4-hour runtime. I've never watched Lord of the Rings. I've never watched Titanic. I've never watched these long-ass movies. Learn from me. I think the longest movie I watched was maybe The Departed. And I was actually thinking about rewatching that, because it's just a good fucking movie. But yeah, just the runtime, 4 hours. But I did end up watching it. We'll talk about the reading stuff after, but yeah, I watched Justice League, all 4 hours of it. And it's actually decent. It definitely did not need to be 4 hours for fucking sure. That the one thing that I kept thinking while watching the movie, it's in my notes, I might bust them out, because I was just kind of like, I wasn't live tweeting, I was live noting, which is basically what happens in the movie. I write it down in my notes so I can talk about it later. So I made live notes while I was watching the movie, which I typically do, but with Justice League, it was just a different type of note giving. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed Justice League. Thought it was pretty good. Didn't need to be 4 hours. Thought that was kind of fucking ridiculous. For those of you who don't know the backstory on Justice League, the movie. So the original Justice League movie came out in 2017, I think. And it was originally supposed to be directed by Zack Snyder. He had a tragedy in his family, and he was taken off the project. And then they had another actor come in and finish the movie off. And then, the movie came out to very mixed reviews. And there's always been, I think it's a vocal minority. I don't know how many people were asking for this cut of the movie, but they wanted the cut of the original director. They wanted to see what his vision was for the movie. So they would post on forums and shit, and then eventually they got their way. Going into it, so I watched Justice League, the original one. I didn't like it. It felt all over the place. This one felt all over the place, but it also gave a lot of context for it being all over the place. One thing that I was worried about when I was going into the movie, I'm like, fuck, I've already watched the movie, I don't want to watch a longer version of that movie. And I'm happy to say that that's really not the case. It's not really a longer... if you watch the first one, the second one doesn't feel like a copy and paste. It feels like its own movie, which is good. Which is, like I said, is something I was dreading. But yeah, it kind of took it like its own thing. I'm like, I don't want to think about the first movie when I think about the re-release. So yeah, that was the whole thing. I'm like, I just don't want a longer version of a movie that I didn't really care for. First 45 minutes, I would say I was very critical. I was like, why is this movie 4 fucking hours? It doesn't need to be 4 hours. This is ridiculous. They're really stretching shit out. They're putting shit in the movie that I feel doesn't really need to be there. It's not adding anything. And it's just long for the sake of being long. Yeah, some of the cool scenes, the new scenes were cool.
Come on, Doc.
But
let's go.
Some of them I really feel like didn't need to be there. Another thing that fucking made the movie longer was how many slow motion scenes there are. It was fucking ridiculous. The amount of slow motion that was in the movie in the first 25 minutes was fucking ridiculous. And guess what? It only got worse because guess what? Flash comes in. I don't remember when he comes in. I think it's about the second hour of the movie.
Thanks for looking after
He
my
comes in
nephew.
and he time travels.
so
So
fast.
guess what? Everything that kind of revolves around Flash
Now he wants to
is
know how and why and
all
debate
slow
everything.
motion
It's really
because that's how he
quite
sees the
trying at
world.
times.
And it's like I don't mind
like you
that,
need a break.
but
Why don't you
slow
let me take
motion
him for a
was
few days?
fucking
Oh,
overkilled
it's all
before we even
yours.
got to Flash.
Lucas!
So that was
you and me
really
again?
annoying. That there was already so much slow motion, and then there's slow motion, but it's actually needed because it applies to a
The
character.
tracks from those goblin tanks.
I'm gonna look at my notes while.
Keep a sharp
Actually, I want to
lookout.
look at the PS4 launch titles, and I want to look at my notes for Justice League while this cutscene's going on. Okay, so I got the PS4 launch
Mac?
titles.
Let the adventure begin.
Next time cutscene's
can't
over,
wait.
we'll read them all. I'm reading some of my notes from Justice League, and I'm like,
Well, my dear.
oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, that was stupid. Let me prop up my phone here so I can read and kind of play at the same time. Luckily, my phone has a little like stand on the back, so that's cool. So anyways, back to my notes on Justice League. The movie has so the slow motion thing, that was the first thing I wrote, that they overkilled it in the first 25 minutes. The movie had a stupid aspect
That's the
ratio.
old crag mine.
I don't know why
It's
they
huge
put
in
the
there.
stupid aspect
Tunnel's
ratio
going
in,
for
but they did.
miles. No telling what
And
the
it had
goblins are
black
up to.
bars on the side.
Let's
Now,
land
that
and
wasn't a
take
big
closer
deal.
look on foot.
It was just something I noticed after like 20-30 minutes. I'm just like, what? The screen feels so small. Why? And then it's, oh, there's
barricaded the
black bars on the
entrance quite
sides.
thoroughly. We'll need to find
So that was
another
just
way.
another thing.
Splitting
This is
up should
I'm
make
gonna
that
read this
faster.
verbatim from my notes.
Perhaps
I
north,
couldn't stop thinking about
east,
scenes that weren't
and west
necessary
of the
and didn't
forest.
add anything to the movie.
We'll
I just
take the
kept thinking
forest.
like they could have cut
Come on,
that,
Mac.
could have shortened that. That didn't add anything. Why is that there? And I mentioned that before, but I was just editing the movie in my head. I'm like, man, if I was editing the movie, that wouldn't be there. I wouldn't put that in. That didn't add anything. I stand by that. A lot of scenes like that. What else did my notes say? Oh, there was these weird chapters things that would pop up. There was 6 chapters altogether in the movie, and I don't know why they were popping up. Well, originally I forgot, but originally they were going to make the movie a multi-part kind of show instead of releasing the whole thing. So I guess those were what the chapters were for, but I don't think they ended up doing that. The movie was released complete, so I don't know why they left the chapters in there, but whatever. I thought that was kind of dumb and worthless. After about 50 minutes, I started to get into the movie and not think about all the dumb shit. It's a good line right there. Stand by that. I really like the new Cyborg and Flash scenes. Cyborg seems like a huge dick, but now we know why. Steppenwolf has captured 2 mother boxes, and the movie ain't halfway over yet. That's a quote from my notes. I do stand by that. I thought the pacing of the movie would have been a little bit different. There was a scene that I thought was going to take place in the movie, but it didn't. They teased it for the sequel that's never going to come out, but I thought they were going to fight Darkseid in the movie. We didn't get any I mean, we saw a little bit of Darkseid in the beginning when he was fighting like the Amazons and the humans and shit like that, and he took a very Thanos-ish axe to the shoulder, like what Thor did to him. I thought that was pretty weird. Martian Manhunter was in the movie. That was a huge shock for
There's
me.
an old structure with some
I was just like, what the fuck? Why is, like, okay, whatever. I was not expecting him at all. I mean, I thought somebody would appear. I thought, if anything, probably like a Green Lantern would appear at the end. If they were going to do a tease, because Green Lanterns were involved originally. This looks like a Pokemon. Bird. He didn't even die, he just ran away. And that's weird, because Rock is super effective against bird Pokemon, so I think Knack would be considered Rock, right? Like, these are blocks, or ground. He'd be a ground Pokemon. Fighting. He'd be like a fighting ground mix. Bird is effective against fighting, but not ground. I don't know what Knack prefers more. Is he more fighting? Is he more ground Pokemon?
Those traps mean that there are goblins.
Green Lanterns were involved originally when Darkseid came to Earth. So I'm like, oh, there'll probably be a Green Lantern, and it'll kind of lead to some space stuff. No, it was Martian Manhunter. It was cool to see him. Here's another verbatim thing from my notes. Superman came back to life. You can pretty much turn off the movie. I stand by that. The whole movie revolves around, we're good, but we need Superman. And once they get him, guess what? It was G. It was like a hot knife through butter. Like, he just destroyed everything. Of course, when he came back to life, he was evil. But, eventually saw the error of his ways, and those people were good guys, and he's there to help, and blah, blah, blah. They absolutely destroyed Steppenwolf. Like, all the heroes. They murdered him. Like, they literally murdered him. Like, it was a badass kicking, too. But they literally, like, cut him. They cut his head off. Superman, like, melted off all his armor. It was pretty vicious death. And, they fucking massacred my boy Steppenwolf. I did enjoy him a lot more in this movie, because, he had actual time to be a character. He did do something to fucking Darkseid, because they're not cool anymore. I don't know what he did. That was never explained. At least, if it did, I did not catch it. He betrayed Darkseid, and then Darkseid sent him to Earth to look for the mother boxes. Well, he sent him to a bunch of planets, and Earth was like one of the last ones that he appeared on. So yeah, at the end of the movie, after they kill Steppenwolf, they tease Darkseid. I really thought they were gonna do it, because there was still like another half hour left of the movie. I will say, like, after about 50 minutes, when I really did get into the movie, I wasn't thinking about the time. Well, besides the 2 mother boxes, and it's only halfway through. Other than that, the movie was actually flowing pretty well. I wasn't looking at the time as much. I'm like, oh, I'm just enjoying the movie. I'm not thinking about the long-ass runtime. So, that's a good thing, I'll say, But you gotta get into, like, the first 50 minutes are pretty pointless. I do stand by that. So yeah, they tease Darkseid, but he doesn't appear. He's just like, oh, we'll get our forces ready. We're going to Earth. So that's whatever. And then there is there's not like a post-credit scene, but there's like a teaser at the end for what could be. And we'll talk about that in a second. There's one character that they showed a lot in the movie that I didn't know who it was. I had to look this up after. And it was like this Asian scientist. He appeared in a lot of scenes with Cyborg's dad. So I'm like, this has to be somebody. At first I thought he was like comedy relief because he said some funny stuff. I'm like, oh, he might be there for comedy relief. But then near the end, Cyborg's dad dies and the scientist got promoted to his position, I believe. So I'm like, they showed this scene, so he's got to be somebody important. So I looked him up and, I don't remember the character's name. I thought I wrote it down. But basically, it's somebody that becomes the Atom, which is a superhero who's kind of like Ant-Man, grows big and small, and does big and small stuff. They didn't tease his powers at all, but they teased that, he's in the world. He's in the universe. But yeah, that was a deep cut for me, because I had to look that up to find out who that was. I didn't know just off the top of my head, so... There's 2 potential heroes for the sequel. We got Martian Manhunter and the Atom. Martian Manhunter would have appeared for sure, but Atom probably not. But yeah, anyways, to end the movie out, you have Lex Luthor escapes from Arkham Asylum, and does the whole boat scene with Deathstroke. But instead of saying, we're assembling a Injustice League, or whatever he said in the original movie, we're assembling a group of villains. He gives Deathstroke Batman's identity. He's like, Batman, he is Bruce Wayne.
Doctor.
And then Deathstroke's like, oh, it's personal between me and him. And
Good job, Knack.
of course, more teasing for another thing that's not going to come out. We're not going to get the whole Batman movie with Ben Affleck, so
more teasing for shit we're never gonna see. And to end out the movie, the last scene, we get a look at a future that could be. In Batman vs. Superman, there was a scene where the Flash from the future appeared to Batman and was like, hey, you know, Lois is the future, blah, 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 very cryptic message. And we get a scene in that world, and it's a group of heroes and villains. It's Batman, Flash, Cyborg, Mira, who is the love interest for Aquaman, Deathstroke, and Joker. Yes, this is the new Joker scenes that... I think they were new scenes that were filmed. This is the makeup that we saw of Jared Leto, where he didn't have the face tattoos. He was a normal-looking Joker. He's in the movie for like 2, maybe 3 minutes. And his scene is somewhat memorable. He and Batman have a little scene together, and apparently Joker's supposed to play like some big role. Apparently, I don't know. But basically, this whole timeline is Lois Lane dies and Superman turns evil and kills everybody. I know Aquaman and Wonder Woman are dead in that timeline. And then, like I said, that group of heroes and villains together are trying to stop Superman. And apparently Joker's the key for some reason. I don't know how or why. Him and Batman have a little back and forth. And, you know, they talk about Robin a little bit. And I want to talk about Robin a little bit too. We'll talk about that in my what I would have liked to see in the movie. So yeah, that was the final scene to end out the movie. Like I said, a lot of teasing for movies that we're not going to get. Teaser for the Batman movie we're not going to get. Teaser for sequel to the Justice League we're probably not going to get. I mean, that's a possibility, but the Batman Ben Affleck movie is almost 100% not going to happen because they have money invested in Robert Pattinson being Batman, so why are they gonna fucking backtrack? Why would they do 2 Batman movies? Oh, we're gonna do the Ben Affleck Batman, and then we're gonna do the Robert Pattinson Batman. That would just be really stupid, so... yeah, we're never gonna get the Ben Affleck one. Yeah, that's the last scene to end the movie. Well, not the last scene. Batman wakes up from his dream. Martian Manhunter appears. I don't know why, but Batman was, like, expecting him, kind of. Even though they've never met before. Yeah, he's like, hi, I'm Martian Manhunter. I'm here to help. Darkseid's coming. I'm here to help. My name's Martian Manhunter. And I'm a good guy. I'm here to help. It was just a really weird scene to end the movie out on. Even Ben Affleck, I don't know if it was him acting or whatever, but he just seemed so confused, uninterested. It was really weird. I would have rather them ended on just the nightmare scene. I didn't feel like Batman had to wake up and meet Martian Manhunter. I think it was more of like, oh yeah, don't forget about this character in our potential next movie. So, yeah, I would have just ended out on the nightmare scene, but that would have been me. But yeah, other than that, that's it for the movie. Overall, I thought it was good. Like I said, it did not need to be 4 hours. That was just fucking absolute overkill. I will say the movie's actually not 4 hours. It ends at 3 hours and 52 minutes. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, it's not 4 hours. Let's go. It was still 3 hours and 52 minutes. But it wasn't 4 hours completely. So that was nice too. For it not to be the complete 4 hours. Yeah, other than that, I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed what I watched. My complaints, way too much slow motion. Way too much stuff that didn't need to be in there. But, you know, Warner Brothers gave Zack Snyder, like, hey, you know, here is your canvas. Paint whatever you would like. So he's like, alright, fine, fuck it. Here's everything I want to do. And he did it. So I hope fans are happy with the painting that he has now put out. I don't know the reception of the movie. I don't know if it got positive, mixed, or good review, positive, negative, or mixed reviews. I didn't look up any. But like I said, the original movie got very mixed to slightly positive reviews. Fans, I think, were more mixed than anything. It was better than the original. Another thing that I dreaded going into it was, like, I already watched the movie, so I watched the original movie, so I don't want to watch a longer version of that movie. And I'm happy to say it didn't feel like I was watching the same movie. It felt like not a completely different movie, because most of the story plots are the same. Plot points are the same. But I felt like I was just going to be rewatching like the same scenes and stuff like that. And there was definitely some scenes that played out in both movies, but you know, that's just going to fucking happen because they're telling the same story. It felt like two different experiences, which I'm happy to say. So, it does feel like its own movie. It doesn't feel like a 1.5 version. If you're a fan of superhero movies, DC, Justice League, I would recommend it. But you've probably already watched it by now. Or if you're like me, where you're like, oh yeah, I'll watch it eventually, but the runtime is fucking ridiculous. That was definitely one thing that put me off for a long time. Like, I knew I always would watch it and I'd probably enjoy it, but I wasn't in a rush because of that fucking runtime. It took me like 2.5 days to watch. I definitely wasn't going to watch it all in one day. What was my other thing? Too much slow motion and too much teasing for shit that we're never going to see. Those would be my negatives. Actually, one thing I would have liked to have seen in the movie, which they definitely could have made space for, but I would have liked to have seen a Batman scene.
Doc.
All the heroes had scenes to kind of showcase themselves. Cyborg had a bunch of backstory scenes. Flash had some backstory scenes. Aquaman, Superman even when he came back to life. Wonder Woman had this bank scene at the beginning that definitely didn't need to be in the fucking movie. I thought it was going to play in later, the guy that like was in the bank that was going to do the explosion, but it did not play into the movie at all. Batman, most of his scenes are tied to like Alfred. One thing I would have liked to have seen in the movie was like a scene with him and Robin, or him talking about Robin, or the Robin that's dead, which is Dick Grayson. I would have liked to have seen like something where like he misses him, you know, he feels alone, he feels like he could really use him right now, you know, the fate of the world's in danger, and not that Robin can really help out against, you know, fucking aliens, but as long as Batman has someone there that he can trust, or, you know, a motivation. You know, he let down Robin, he doesn't want to let down the world, that's why he wants to get Superman. So yeah, I would have just liked to have seen something like that, like either a flashback to Batman and Robin in action, or when they're in the Batcave, you know, in Batman vs Superman, we saw the Robin suit in the Batcave, so it's like, you know, Flash could ask about Robin and just be like, you know, don't worry about that, or maybe he talks about Robin a little bit, you know, opens up, or maybe we get a flashback to a happier time when they're kicking ass together. Maybe they put away Riddler or somebody about like that. Like they could have done a nice little like 6-minute action scene, doing a little flashback for that. That's just something I would have liked to have seen. But I think the whole thing was like, we already know so much about Batman. We've already seen so much Batman in like media and stuff like that. Let's give this time for Flash to shine, Cyborg to shine, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, these other characters who haven't really been on the big screen too much. But yeah, that was one thing I would have liked to have seen in the movie. I think it would have added to the movie, especially at the end when they're talking about Robin in the nightmare thing, Joker and Batman. It could have had more of an impact if they talked about Robin early on, and then the Joker references him at the end. Then it's like, oh shit, yeah, we know Robin, he fucking died at the hands of the Joker, and we know how much this affected Batman. I just feel like it would have made that ending nightmare thing a little bit more powerful. But what you gonna do? Maybe they'll do it in the sequel, if it ever comes out. So yeah, overall positive experience. I said all the bad stuff. I did watch the recommendation. I also got another recommendation from another viewer. I don't remember your name. I apologize. I probably should have wrote it down or somewhere. But they recommended that I watch Invincible, which is a new Amazon show that came out. It is a animated series based on a popular comic called Invincible. I don't know too much about it. I know there's a lot of rave reviews for the comic because it's done by the same guy that does Robert Kirkman, the same guy that did The Walking Dead. So it's supposed to be pretty good. The comic, I'm not too sure about the show. but I will check the show out. I'll probably do that this week, so by the next episode, we'll probably talk about it there, however much I watch, but I'm going to try and watch everything. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought in the comment section, or if you have any more recommendations. Please, no 4-hour movies. I'll even watch a bad movie,
Stay
you know?
back.
But like a 4-hour fucking movie, just too much. Yeah, that was the only thing I watched. Like I said, other than that, I just basically read this week. I read 2 books, 2 graphic novels, let me correct myself, and they were both pretty good. I enjoyed them a lot.
You okay, Doc?
I'll talk about the first one, or the most recent one that I just finished first, which is Symbiote Spider-Man. It's a short mini-series. It's a 5-issue comic, but I read the graphic novel, so it's all 5 combined. You know, like the title says, it's Symbiote Spider-Man. It's actually a cool setting. It's set in the past when Spider-Man originally got the symbiote suit. This is a story that takes place in then, but it's written now. But it's kind of, you know, it's kind of like those, it's like a missing story that happened a long time ago, and it's just being written about it now. Like, this doesn't add anything to the mythology of Spider-Man or anything like that. I mean, it's just cool to see stories about that time when he did get the symbiote suit. But overall, this doesn't really add anything to the mythos or lore of Spider-Man. It's just a cool little mini story. And the main villain's Mysterio, which that was my first appeal to it. I'm like, damn, I like Mysterio as a villain. He's, you know, he looks stupid, but the fishbowl helmet is stupid, but other than that, I think he's cool and I like him. It's an interesting story. You know, we see a more human side of Mysterio. Basically, he does this bank heist, and it goes wrong, and someone's killed, and he's kind of reevaluating his villain status. He's like, oh shit, I got this innocent person killed. He was using this person as a hostage in a bank robbery, and a cop tried to shoot him, but he disappeared because, you know, he's a master of tricks. And he moved, and the cop shot the girl, and Mysterio felt pretty bad about that. He kind of questions himself, and then I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, basically Mysterio's like, you know, I don't know if I want to be a villain anymore. This really affected me. And does he turn into a good guy? I don't know. I thought it was a good read. One thing I really liked about the book is the art style. I thought the art style really fit the comic well. The story is okay. Nothing horrible. Like I said, I like Mysterio as a villain, so I was already excited to read it because of Mysterio, because there's not too many comics where Mysterio is the villain. So this is a nice little short series where he is a villain, but is he a villain? Because, you know, like I said, he's reevaluating if he wants to continue being a supervillain. So I will say he does end up being, you know, like I said, this is taking place in the old continuity when Spidey first got the symbiote. So obviously Mysterio is going to still be a villain because in today's time he is still a villain. So I guess I'm not spoiling anything with that, but there is a cool moment where Mysterio fuses with the symbiote a little bit. He gets a little bit of the because that's what plays a big part in the story, is the symbiotes. Because they're like, yo, what the fuck is Spider-Man wearing? You know, he's different. And, you know, it's the symbiote. So Mysterio actually fuses with the symbiote, or bonds. I like the word bond more. And he bonds with the symbiote, and the design for that was okay. It was nothing incredible, but it was just cool to see him fuse with it in general. But yeah, it's nothing... I wasn't impressed with it. Let's just say that. Like, it's more Mysterio than Venom. But I guess that makes sense because he didn't have a big part of the symbiote. But the symbiote grows. It even grows in the comic. Yeah, if you're a Spider-Man fan, I would recommend that. If you do like Mysterio too. There's actually a sequel to it as well. Hobgoblin is the villain, who's another villain that I really like. So I plan on reading that too, and we could talk about that next time. But yeah, if you're interested, like last time, I'll put a link to the description to buy these comics. And of course, you can buy them on Comixology, which is a digital comic site. No physical comics. You just buy them all. and you can read them on your phone, tablets, on your computer, whatever the case may be. So yeah, Symbiote Spider-Man. And the other comic that I read, well, which I was actually pretty excited about, when I first found out about this character, I was like, wow, that's fucking cool, is Cosmic Ghost Rider. And for those of you who don't know, it's a pretty new character to the Marvel comic universe. And basically, it's a alternate timeline Punisher where he dies and he gets sent to hell. And he makes a deal with Mephisto where he's like, no, I want to go back to Earth. I want to be alive again. So he ends up being the Ghost Rider, which is pretty fitting. Punisher being the spirit of vengeance, just it's kind of fitting. Everyone on Earth is dead because Thanos killed them all, and Galactus comes to Earth looking for help to kill Thanos because Thanos injured him. Ghost Rider Punisher is like, oh, there's no heroes here, they're all dead. So he's like, you know, I can help you kill Thanos, but I'll trade you Earth and I'll become your servants. And that's what happened. Galactus ate Earth and he gave Punisher Ghost Rider these powers to become the Cosmic Ghost Rider. So it's just a really weird story where Punisher goes from Ghost Rider, he goes from Punisher to Ghost Rider
blocked.
to
We'll have to go back
a
to
space version of both of those characters combined. So it's a really unique take, and when I first found out about it, I'm like, I like that. I like that idea a lot. I like Punisher. I like Ghost Rider too. He's just a cool looking character, and then it fits Punisher, Spirit of Vengeance, and then he becomes like a space version of that. Like, that just sounds awesome. So the whole story is he wants revenge on Thanos. He has an idea. He wants to go back in time and kill baby Thanos. So right there, I'm sold on the story, right? That just sounds fucking sick. So yeah, he ends up going to the past. Well, I don't want to spoil too much. He goes to the past to kill baby Thanos, and he goes on an adventure with baby Thanos. This whole thing is like, you know, I'm going to raise Thanos right. I'm going to raise him so he doesn't become this mass murderer of worlds and universes. I'm going to raise him to become this cool person who cares about people and shit like that. And there's a lot of funny scenes between... I'm just going to call him Punisher. There's a lot of funny scenes with baby Thanos. Oh my god, he steals the fucking show. He's so cute, he's funny. Even though he's just a baby, he's still badass and wants to kill and shit. It's really good. I would highly recommend that comic out of anything that I've recommended so far. Cosmic Ghost Rider, I'll put a link to that in the description. If that pitch doesn't sell you right there, I don't know what will. My only complaint about the story, or not the story, the character is, it's very Deadpool-ish.
So I can't say I'm too broken up
and
about
it makes sense in a way, because when Punisher was turned into Ghost Rider, he was put on Earth, and you know, because everyone was dead, he was just kind of going crazy. So it's a crazy Punisher as Ghost Rider. So that makes sense to me. But he acts too much like Deadpool. That would be my one complaint about the series. It's very Deadpool light, but it makes sense when you explain that, you know, he's a crazy version of Punisher, who's Ghost Rider, who's got cosmic powers, who's babysitting a baby Thanos and is trying not to murder in front of him because he wants to raise him good. So it's like, you're taking Punisher and then you're taking everything away from him that, you know, he does best and trying to become this like role model to this baby Thanos. It makes sense when you read it like that. Like, it's not Punisher. He's got to be so much of something else. Other than that, there's just one thing he says, dude, and I just feel like it does not fit the Punisher Ghost Rider character at all. I don't feel like Punisher would ever say dude at all. And yeah, Punisher is definitely not a guy that would say dude. So that's just like, I know it's a stupid complaint, but when he says dude, I'm like, oh, just, it's a very Deadpool thing. yeah, other than that, I thought it was a really good story. Like I said, I highly recommend it. Even if you're not a fan of Punisher or whatever the case may be, it's still a really enjoyable comic. Art style's good too. I like the story. Yeah, it's been it for me. Having a good time playing Knack. I will say that. Yeah, I'd probably call it a session here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Gangsta Plays where we played Knack. Overall, would I say Knack is a terrible game? No, far from it. I don't think it's bad. It's not the best game I've ever played, but it's not the worst game I've ever played either, right? But it will always have that meme status, which is fine. But I feel like it's too much of a bad rap. I want to see some justice for Knack. I want to see some Knack lovers out there. I want to see the fan base for Knack, the Knackanites. There's got to be some Knackanites out there. I'm gonna go look up like a Reddit of Knack. There probably is one, like a really dedicated fan group to like, man, we can't wait to see Knack 3 on PS5 or something like that. Or, man, if they do PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, I would love to see Knack in it. That's an insta-buy for me, day one buy. There probably is a Knack subreddit. I'm gonna go check it out after this. But yeah, I thought Knack was a decent little game. Like, it's a kid game, you know. The only downside I would say is the I don't even know if it's worth complaining. You can't control the camera. I just think that's weird. I'm just so used to playing like this type of game. I feel is like a game where you would control the camera. Yeah, I don't know. This is something weird. I wouldn't even say that's a negative, but just not controlling the cameras is weird in certain points. So, but every perspective that they've given so far kind of fits. Like, the camera follows decent enough to where you can see the action and not miss anything. But, Knack 3 in the future? We'll have to wait to see. I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to thank you guys for watching. Keep up with everything that's going on the channel. Like I said, I've started uploading Uncharted. Uncharted 4, continuing that playthrough. So if you missed the last upload or missed any of it, go check it out. And you will definitely see the end. Soon enough, in due time. But there will be a resolve for that game, so look forward to that. And look forward to the next episode of Gangsta Plays, episode 263, where we're gonna play something. It won't be Knack 2, I'll say that. Spoiler alert. I think most people know that, like, it wouldn't be Knack 2. In case somebody was wondering, like, damn, maybe he'll do Knack 2 for the next episode. That's definitely not the case. I will definitely not be doing Knack 2. Maybe, eventually we'll do Knack 2. But I do want to play more Knack off camera. I want to finish the game, and I want to give a real good review of Knack. You know, I want to get really deep into Knack. I want to get lost in Knack. I said Knack too much, and the word doesn't mean anything to me anymore. So, I'm going to stop talking about Knack, and I'm going to go play some more off camera. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep up with everything that's going on the channel. And until then, guys, peace out.